Hello and welcome to the video. We are doing something a little bit different today. I'm chilling on my iPad here, doing a little bit of screen recording on the old iPad. So if I sound a bit different, that is why. We're going to be looking at update 13.0, Robotics Age, Commanders and Munition upgrades. It's coming very, very soon. It's rumoured that it is coming next week, and I'm going to just basically go through everything that was in the patch notes for this and just give you like a TLDR, tell you all the things that you need to know. So you haven't got to go through all of this and pick it all out. And as well as these notes, I've been nerding out a fair amount. I've had a lot of spare time to sort of like read stuff recently. Not making content, unfortunately, but I've had a lot of time to read recently. And I've been reading every little forum post, every little Discord conversation that's been happening regarding update 13.0. So I've got some little snippets to give you alongside what's in these patch notes here as well. So first of all, like, let's just want to go down, right? Because look at that. Don't these buildings, right, for Robotics Age just look beautiful? Like, I feel like they got a little bit of pizzazz to them, these buildings. Whereas Automation Age, like when it dropped, everything was just green and grey and just felt like Automation Age buildings, like the aesthetic wasn't like exciting. It was okay, wasn't it? But like this, look, we've got all sorts going on here. The buildings look fantastic, as well as the troops that are coming. I mean, look at the planes, man. Look at that. That's some like next like future generation shit going on right there. Anyway, I'm not going to get too excited and hung up on all the artwork that we've got here. Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go. That's the last one I'm going to do. Sorry, Commanders as well. Right, let's get into this. Let's go through everything that you need to know for update 13. So, it's Robotics Age update, and first of all, you need to know that actually you can get this from the level requirement that you need for Automation Age. So, at level 370, you can reach Automation Age, and you can also now upgrade to Robotics Age at level 370 as well. Essentially, Robotics Age is like an extension, I think, of Automation Age. All previous updates, they've put like a new level requirement in. A lot of people are thinking that for Robotics Age, you're going to need like level 430 something, for example. But no, BHG have done everyone a solid. Level 370, you can go, if you want to, you can double jump Automation Age and then bam, straight into Robotics Age. So that's the first thing that you need to know. Scrolling down, the next thing we want to talk about is like basically the way that the buildings are going to be upgrading in Robotics Age is like a soft rework to progression for the end game. So a lot of buildings now, excluding town centres, all other buildings like army buildings, for example, are now split into like sets of levels in order to reach the maximum level. So we can see here for factory, for example, it starts at level 20, but then you've got to get that bad boy up to level 29. And having done some calculations, having spoken to a few people, essentially all these buildings, for the most part, they're going to take at least, well, they are going to take about 49 days in total to go from the base level, so airstrip is going to start at level 11, to get all the way up to the maximum level 20 for airstrip, for example, it's going to take you 49 days. Internal screaming. But actually, I don't think that this is like a bad thing. The progression is going to take you longer to get to the maximum levels for these buildings. Same for defensive buildings as well, not just your offensive buildings. Defensive buildings as well, they're going to take you 49 days to get to like the end level, if you like. But thinking about this, right, what they've done is like a soft rework to the progression of the game. When Automation Age dropped, like pretty much everyone in the top of the game just spaffed all their speed ups, and within a week there were people that had maxed everything out, and then those exact people were like, this update's rubbish, I've upgraded everything and I've got nothing left to do. Well, now this update, you can just keep upgrading to your heart's content. Does that sound stupid? No, because now there's like constant progression. There's like something to always be working towards, and this is a base building strategy game. And I feel like that's what, like, deep down within our core, a lot of us players, maybe that's what we've been missing. That's what we've been seeking, to just constantly have things to continually upgrade. On the upgrade, on the note of upgrading then, now you might have noticed that buildings are also going to require some munition materials for you to upgrade. So you can't just go ahead and spaff a load of resources and speed ups. You're also going to need to grind those sweet munition resources. So like, here we go, you need polycarbonate to now upgrade your anti-tank guns, for example. So you're going to need to start harvesting those materials now if you're like at a loose end to do so. That's it for buildings, really. You're going to need to basically, buckle up, because it's going to take longer for you to upgrade them. However, I think it's good. I think it's going to give that progression that people have maybe been missing. And you're also going to need munition materials to upgrade buildings. Troops. Moving on to troops. You might notice that there are no signs of any barracks troops. And that is because in this update, barracks troops are not, on the release of this update, getting any upgrades. To start with, it's just factory troops. Hence why in this beautiful little picture here, all we can see is factory troops, because barracks troops are planned, at least from what I've said, from what I've seen. I'm very tired at the moment. Apologies if I make any mistakes during this. Correct me in the comments below. And whilst we're at it, give the video a little like. I really, really appreciate it. Just tickle my like button and make me a happy stag. Thank you. Anyway, barracks troops, they're coming a bit later on. I think the many things for robotics age, as in like library research, university research, all those other good things that we like to see in terms of progression with a new sort of age release, they're going to be staggered. So to begin with, all we're getting is factory troops and airstrip troops. Because of the new progression, you're still going to have a lot to get your teeth into. As I said earlier on, these troops, they're going to take 49 days to max out all the way to the maximum level for each of them. And that goes the same for airstrip troops as well. So everyone's going to be very, very busy, I think, doing this. You need biofoil for factory troops, by the way. And for airstrip troops, you're going to need to start getting some of that fibre mesh. So that's what we need to know about the troops. It's just factory troops, and you're going to need, again, some sort of munition materials to do that. I think they're called materials or minerals, something along those lines. I forget what they're called. So that is the troops, right? Next up, we've got, in this update, commanders. I'm going to let you in for a little secret. Me and Harlem's, the wonderful, wonderful community manager who puts up with a lot of flack from players on these forums. We were chatting a couple of weeks ago, and he was telling me about commanders, like give me a little sneak peek, basically. And I was so eager to get a video out all about commanders last week, but I've been a very busy boy, lots of things going on at the moment, so I couldn't do that. But hey, Harlem's, if you're listening, really appreciate you giving me a little heads up on commanders. They look amazing. So commanders, what do we need to know about commanders? Well, first of all, there are going to be two of them. The first one you can get from medieval age. The second one you're going to get in robotics age. Ripley is your guy in medieval age, and then you've got this badass looking mech thing who is not here, he's up here still, who is going to be called your Eradicator. And Eradicator, he can shoot things that are flying. So Eradicator's a bit like an air defense thing as well. So what are these things called? Commanders. They can be used on offense and on defense. So when someone attacks your base, your commanders, these sexy little things here, they are going to be defending for you as well. Ripley, he only has melee attacks, so he'll be attacking those ground troops. And then your Eradicator guy, who is here, he can also shoot in the air. So from what I can gather, he sort of acts like a little bit like an air defense as well. He'll be shooting attack helicopters and all that sort of stuff as well. At least that's what I believe to be the case. I may have got a few details incorrect, but if I have, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know if I've got something wrong. So, commanders, what else do we need to know about them? Well, they can be customized. You can make them look beautiful. I really hope there's going to be some sweet ass skin packs coming out for these. Just imagine Ripley walking around, not with a mace, but with something else. Something that some people might remember from a game called Grand Theft Auto. You can find it in the bathroom. It's long and it's pink. Just imagine Ripley running around with one of those, whacking people with one of them. If you know, you know. Anyway, moving on. Commanders, as I've said, they can be customized. They're going to look beautiful. But not just that, right? Not just the aesthetics. They're also going to have passive abilities as well. So this is what I'm excited about. Commanders, I keep saying commandos. Commanders, they have passives. So we can see here Ripley's passives. He's got loads of beautiful passives. Same as with Eradicator. And I think this is just going to give other troops like a potential to be relevant again. So like, for example, on Eradicator here, he's going to give movement speed 10% increase to troops. So for example, assault rally vehicles, they're always really, really slow. I'm hoping that something like this, making them move a little bit faster, might be really, really sweet. So that is really all we need to know about commanders. They are going to look beautiful. They're going to make your army really, really strong because they're going to give all these passive buffs. And again, you're just going to have to get upgrading because, hey, there's a lot of levels to upgrade on them. Next thing in this update then, and quite a big thing actually, and something that you don't even need to be Robotics Age 4, and that is the Munition upgrades. Munitions are now going to be able to go up to level 20. They're currently only at level 10. Now they're going to go up to level 20. And some of these perks that you're going to get at level 20 are absolutely ridiculous. So, well, actually, all of these perks that you're going to get for these are ridiculous. So you're going to have to start, again, just really grinding the hell out of your manufactory, essentially, because you're going to need a lot of materials for these. And, hey, it's just going to add some more progression. Going to get you logging in every day, having a little bit of fun, doing some upgrades, doing some strike attacks. It's going to be great. There's going to be so much more dominations to play, and it's just going to feel good. I feel like it's something that this sort of end game needs, because having been in Automation Age for a while now, it's just like, you know, same old, but now got lots more to work towards. So, on the munitions front, you might notice there's a little something new here, and that is the fact that paratroopers now appear as an individual troop. Previously, paratroopers were sort of like an enigma. They sort of got some buffs from heavy infantry, some buffs from the university, some buffs from barracks troop damage. Now, paratroopers, they are outlined here in the writing for munitions, meaning that basically you can equip some munitions to your paratroopers. So if I was you, I would start to create a field kit ready to equip on your paratrooper for next week, as well as a where's he gone? No, it's the I've started making it myself. Here we go. Obstruction transmitter. So get an obstruction transmitter on the go. Get a field kit on the go as well, because you're going to want to put one of those on your transports, that is if you use transport. So that is it for munitions, and there are some serious, as I've said already, some serious nice little buffs on these munitions. So it's going to be another thing to grind, but I think it's going to take every aspect of the game sort of like to another level. It's going to bring greater depth to the game in terms of what offensive capabilities there are and what defensive capabilities I think there will be in the game. That really is it in terms of everything I want to say to you guys. That is the TLDR, really. There's another new councillor coming. She looks pretty good, pretty broken for defence, and that is really it. There's a few bugs that have been fixed. Not going to talk about those. However, Robotics Age, it's exciting, it's shiny, it's new, it's coming next week, I believe, and it's going to be a lot to get our teeth stuck into. So hopefully that's given you a little insight to Robotics Age. That's given you all the things you need to know for now. Just look how beautiful all those buildings are. Oh, yes, it's going to be a fun week next week. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was a quick one. I know it's fast. Hopefully there's some information that's going to be useful for you. Like the video. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to see more of my content, check it out below. Subscribe as well. I mean, that's always really, really nice. It means you're going to come back and see a bit more of my stuff. And I've also got channel memberships, which we have now got, I think, 7 members, which is amazing. So thank you all to my members. And if you fancy becoming a member, link in the description below. It's like £2 a month, and it just shows your lovely support for the channel, all the things that I do. I've got a hell of a lot of content in the pipeline ready for Robotics Age. Just a little bit busy at the moment IRL, but hopefully things will start to ease off very soon and I'll have a lot more content coming your way. So on that lovely little note, Robotics Age, bring it on. We're looking forward to this. Good job, BHG. We love to see it. Lots of exciting things coming very, very soon. Like the video, subscribe, and as always, I will hopefully see you in the next one.